since a youngin', I've been running, getting to the cake. Dog, you ain't 100, this 100, let me demonstrate. If she ain't got brains, then I ain't tryna penetrate. And if you ain't a stand-up needy, you could get your dinner ate. I ain't buying all that real shit, dog, you benefit. Took her on a dinner date, now we on the interstate. Might be a rookie in the game, but I've been a great. And we about autonomy, dog, we ain't tryna integrate. Man, we ain't tryna integrate. Was broke back then, now the youngin' seeing different cake. We don't go off feelings, we just make sure that the business straight. And if you ain't an intellect, then you can't get a penetrate. Local need you, now I'm getting love all in different states. Gotta need you, if you ain't got scars, then you can't relate. Preach the niggas, I'm just trying to make sure that my people straight. Woke nigga in a sleep world, trying to keep awake. Man, I'm just trying to keep awake. Bodies dropping in my city, damn Perry, keep awake. How another black man, ya op, make it make sense. When the system got y'all niggas going through the same shit. Ever since a youngin', I've been running, getting to the cake. Dog, you ain't 100, this 100, let me demonstrate. If she ain't got brains, then I ain't tryna penetrate. And if you ain't a stand-up needy, you could get your dinner ate. I ain't buying all that real shit, dog, you benefit. Took her on a dinner date, now we on the interstate. Might be a rookie in the game, but I've been a great. And we about autonomy, dog, we ain't tryna integrate. Say you shoot, what's your resume? Let me see the proof. Drilling shit, where your gang at? Let me see your troops. Getting money, pull up stunting on them. Let me see your coup. Genocide, they pointing weapons at you. You don't even shoot. Real nigga, how you say you real? You don't love your peeps. Family man, grind, feed your family, nigga, fuck the streets. Sliding on each other when the government the enemy. If we come together, we got power, nigga, in the beef. For real, nigga, in the beef. You ain't getting money, ain't no reason to be in the streets. Striving to be legends, we ain't trying to be a memory. And now you ain't my nigga, you my Niji Aborigine. Ever since a youngin', I've been running, getting to the cake. Dog, you ain't 100, this 100, let me demonstrate. If she ain't got brains, then I ain't tryna penetrate. And if you ain't a stand-up needy, you could get your dinner ate. I ain't buying all that real shit, dog, you benefit. Took her on a dinner date, now we on the interstate. Might be a rookie in the game, but I've been a great. And we about autonomy, dog, we ain't tryna integrate. We ain't tryna integrate with none of y'all. Autonomy over equality.
What's up with my family? What's going on, Copper? What's up, bro?
Happy New Year, sister. Sister Soul, how you doing? You all right?
I'm doing awesome. You already know it.
Hey,
You
your
doing good?
your mic kind of on low,
Oh, I had
sis.
it over there by the Bluetooth.
Oh,
This
okay.
better?
My bad.
Yes, I got
What's
the
up?
babies. Look, I got the babies, but I'm jamming. I done got most of them asleep. The big one up here trying to hang.
Okay, okay. Hey,
Can you hear me
ain't
good?
nothing wrong with on that. So right now it's what 12:49 where you at, huh?
Yep. 12:49.
Texas
Just hit
time, huh?
that time. That Texas time. You already
Man.
know.
Hey, Texas and Florida about on the same level, like ready to seed from the union. I think those
Mm,
two states probably the states you want to be at.
yeah, that's
Stand
what
your
made me move
ground,
here,
type
bro. I
type
looked it
type
up.
shit.
We
Let's
did
get it.
a lot of research trying to get the best place. You know what I'm saying? Finding the best place to be or what may be the best place. Hopefully, nothing is really great with all the shit we got going on with these nuts and shit. But we can do the best that we can in certain areas. At least certain government or what have you, they do certain things that kind of protect you. Some of the governments do kind of protect you a little bit. I'll say that. So at least here, the governor here, he ain't with all that nonsense. All that, oh, you got to vax, oh, you got to wear a mask. He ain't with all that shit. So we good here. They don't do none of that forced vaccinations, none of that. And they got the lowest, one of the lowest rates for like people with catching things or whatever. So that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Cause like here the governor like last year he been saying, hey man, if you got any medical issues, you ain't gotta wear nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they say that in the southern states is where
Exactly.
they're really still holding on to the Constitution. So the conservative side, that is the right side of your brain that they don't want you to use. And I shut up. Let's get it.
Exactly. Let's get to it. So you already know I had something in store, bringing this new year, as people saying, or this winter solstice, or as everybody's saying, not really getting it. They say, oh, we're not celebrating the New Year's or what have you, but not understanding that winter solstice is pretty much the same type of trip. So we're gonna go over this real quick, and I'm gonna see get a little insight from you, brother, since you up here. I was gonna do it by myself, but you can feed in with me since you joined me. So I'm going to start with reading this real quick. It says that in many Celtic based traditions of neo paganism, there is an enduring legend of the battle between the Oak King and the Holly King. We know about the Holly King, Hollywood, the Holly wood itself that makes the magic wand, so on and so forth. That's a whole nother issue story. Maybe I'll get into that later. I'll see. But either way, these two mighty rulers fight for supremacy as the wheel of the year turns each season. At the winter solstice or the Yule, so winter solstice, when people are saying, oh, the winter solstice, there's a celebration of Yule. And the Oak King conquers the Holly King and then reigns into the midsummer or the Lithia. These are all deities. Once the summer solstice arrives, the Holy King returns to do battle with the Old King and defeats him in the legends of some belief systems. The dates of these events have shifted, and the battle takes place at the equinoxes, so that the Oak King is at his strongest during the midsummer or Litha. You guys have heard that. They'll say, what is it? What do they call it? I think it's Lilith. They'll say Lilith, Jesus married Lilith. You hear all these different things. So this is all in parts to that and partaking to that, guys. And the Holy King is dominant during Yule. During a folklore and agricultural standpoint, their interpretation seems to make more sense. In some Wiccan traditions, Wiccan is another one of these traditions. The Oak King and the Holly King are seen as the dual aspects of the honored God. Each of these twin aspects rules for half of the year, battles for the favor of the goddess, and then retires to nurse his wounds for the next 6 months until it is time for him to reign once more. Franco over at Rich Box says that the Oak of the Holly Kings represents the light and darkness throughout the year. At the winter solstice, we mark the rebirth of the sun or the Oak King. On that day, you yarning, baby, just lay down. Toot. Just lay down, baby. I mean, get some sleep. You know you're tired. Trying to hang.
For them
The
kids,
rebirth of,
boy.
yes. Okay, too much. Get your butt to bed. the rebirth the rebirth of the sun or the Oak King on this day, um, the day the light is reborn and we celebrate the renewal of the light of the year. Oops. Are we not forgetting someone? Why do we deck the halls with balls of holly? Deck the halls with balls of holly. This goes back into the paganism of the Christmas season. With the winter solstice, it starts around the 21st and then it ends on the first. So this is why this is the last of the solstice and bringing in the so-called Happy New Year that they celebrate. This is all part of this same nonsense. Okay, just keep that in mind. So this day is the holy holly, the holly or the holly holy King's Day, the Dark Lord's reign. He is the God of transformation and one who brings us to birth new ways. Why do you think we make New Year's resolutions? We want to shed our old ways and give way to the new. This is the way these deities, perceive everything. This is the going into the dark, as it says. So keep that in mind when it's let me go ahead and set me a New Year's resolution. I mean, you're feeding into that shit. Just keep that in mind. Often these two deities are portrayed in family ways. The Holly Holy King, frequently appears as a woodsy version of Santa Claus. He dresses in red. Now, you guys would know that you were associating this same Happy New Year's with this Christmas shit, right? He dresses in red, wears a sprig of the Oak King is portrayed as a fertility god and occasionally appears as the Green Man or other lord of the forest. When you see these different little weird, creatures or whatever that they have in these different movies and stuff, that's another thing. You'll see these little things, but like, oh, this little demon, whatever. A lot of times you don't even know what it is, but it's actually representing one of these particular deities. So when you figure out what the deity is, then you kind of know what the movie is based upon. A lot of times based off of what that deity represents. That's another thing to keep in mind. The symbolism of the holly and the ivy is something that has appeared for centuries. In particular, their role as representatives. Oh, let me check the chat. I'm reading just in case somebody was saying something or asking. Okay.
Hey, sis.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Um. So the Ivy League, the colleges, is that
Mm-hmm.
symbolic? I'll shut up.
Yes, it is. Definitely is, brother. This is what every look, everything. When I say it all ties in, it's so crazy how it's like literally this book, they're like pages. Let's say it like this. There's pages, there's chapters, right? There's different paragraphs. So where one thing a person may think this doesn't relate, shit, you go back to chapter two, it has something to do with it. A lot of things just all coincide. And then when they have plotted and planned things to box us into this circle of nonsense that they create, this ring around the damn rosy down the rabbit hole, you know what I'm saying, the Alice in Wonderland shit. All of that is beyond our means of knowing stuff. So if you don't know, like this is behind this or this, just like how when you just heard it, oh, that's got something to do with the Ivy College shit. You know what I'm saying? If we don't know or hear about certain things, we're not gonna know to recollect these things and say, oh, this is some fugazi nonsense right here because it's blah blah blah, or. So yeah, let's finish this real quick. So where was I at? Okay, through winter blast blow, never so high. Green groweth the holly, as the holly groweth green and never changes hue. So I am, ever hath seen, unto my lady true, as the holy holly, groweth green with ivy all along. When flowers cannot be seen and greenwood leaves be gone. Of course, the holly and the ivy is one of the best known Christmas carols, which states, the holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees and all the wood, the holly bears and crown. I've never heard that song particularly, so I'm sure it was off key. But either way, we get the gist of it, right? So basically, it's the battle of the two kings in myth, and it's a folklore. Both Robert Graves and Sir James George Fraser wrote about the battle. Graves said that in his work, The White Goddess, that the conflict between the Oak and the Holly Kings echoes that of the number of other architectural pairings. For instance, the fights between Sir Gawain and Green Knight, and between Lug and Balor. I don't know who these people are. They're Celtic legends. I'm not familiar with any Celtic stuff really. Um, are similar in type, and which one figure must die for the other in triumph. Now, when we think about this, like I said, I'm not familiar with the Celtic legend, but like they said, this goes in hand with these because there's always the legend of the same thing in another place, another country, another town. Just like people are like, oh, Holy Jesus, this and that. Oh, Mary, Mother God, this and that. All this stuff. But then when you look at these different countries, right, they have the same story, guys. You guys just have to research this. They have the same exact story, and there's a different name, but it all is the same thing. It's the virgin woman. She gives birth to the child. Like, this is the stuff that we have to pay attention to in
Yeah,
order to recollect
sis.
what's going on. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, um, I'm not very familiar with the Celts. I mean, like that, but it's what you're saying. What I'm looking at. Learn religions.
Yes.
Learn religion and regions are one and the same. I mean, it's damn near close because wherever they
Yep.
done snatched the land, it was myths and all that is ways of lives, right? For the
Exactly.
individual there. And I'll shut up.
You got it though. You right on point. So let's see, where were we at? So in the successors, okay. So we don't have to read a lot more on this. I wanted y'all to hear that part. So I'm gonna go to something else real quick so you can really get the Yule understanding. Hold on one second. Let's just get over to the next screen. and get you guys filled up with this little info. I know it's late. You guys may have been doing things or just, out and ready to relax for the day. So, what we're going to do is get straight to the info so you guys can cut out when you are ready. Hopefully, you'll be able to catch everything, before you tune out, whoever's in here with us. What's going on, chat? What's up? What's up, y'all? My people, my people. Nothing but love for y'all. Y'all already know. What's up, Try Ties? I don't know if I highlighted you, bro. I didn't even see you at first. What's up? What's goody? What you say, bro?
No, um, hey, this is powerful, man. Hey, do you? Know what I'm saying? I can't. I got to get over my fear of presenting things more. So I maybe I'll get more scripted this year here. But I love doing this. Thank you for allowing me up. Let's get it.
Oh, definitely. Not a problem, bro. You already know. I know you be trying to make sure we get to the info. So anybody ready? I always drop the link. Anybody, even somebody that don't usually jump up. If you never jumped up and you just want to join in because you have something to input, you guys know in my chat, y'all always welcome. We all got some input and we all have something to say, ideas. You never know what you may say that may ring a bell with somebody else that's up here speaking about something. So I think we all have something to say, and it's good for us to all put our input in. That's why I love my chat. My chat be going in. Y'all be always, coming through with some info. Y'all come back, with us, and along. And that's what I love about it. So, long as we doing that, y'all, we ain't got no choice but to grow and do good. That's what's up. All right, guys. So now, when it comes to how they celebrate the Yule, this is what they do. It says ready to party. This is an article about it. It's celebration of the winter solstice is known as the Yule, and it's one of the oldest winter celebrations in the year. It simultaneously celebrates the shortest day of the year, midwinter, and the return of the sun and the festival of rebirth this year. It occurs from December 21st 2021 to January to 2022, of course, this year. Now, I want you guys to recognize this. When you're looking at this, it's talking about the shortest day of the year. It says it's midwinter, right? And it's the return of the sun. So when we're thinking about the return of the sun, what are we thinking about? Around it starts the 21st. So when we go in between there, we're thinking about the 25th. So when we come to the 25th, we're talking about the birth of the sun, the returning of the sun, and the festival of rebirth, the birth of the sun. Keep this in mind. Their religious that is built around the information and that is built around the things that they want you guys to do. So when they have you celebrating Christmas and you're doing all these gifts, I really wanted to do a Christmas thing, but everybody was on one. I probably still should have did it. But either way, when it comes to the Christmas and the Saturnalia and all of that and that sacrifice and all that is sacrificing and there's a actual process of the gifting. This is why they do the gifting because they're gifting to the gods. Too. You talking too loud, honey. There's a gifting for the gods, so on and so forth. So this is what this process is of the Christmas giving and gifting. So when you're boxing up and you're presenting these presents to your baby and they're excited and your kids and your family and you just want to show them all these gifts, this is generally just presenting to the gods the gifts. So what happens is this is why they do these frenzies. It's like, oh, go shop, shop, shop. We got the Black Friday sale and this, and that. They want you running out like, whoo. They surplusing your energy. First off, you're running around like a nut. And then on top of that, you're giving your currency, not only your physical currency, but your currency that you have to pay for all these gifts. Then you go and then you're giving them away. Nothing wrong with giving. Y'all know that, how I feel about that. That's a whole nother story. But you're taking that, right? And then you're taking all your energy and your currency, you're putting it in this box. You're boxing your energy and your currency and you're giving it away. You think you're giving this energy and currency to the person you love, the person you care about, but you're actually offering this up as a sacrifice. Let's think of it as that. The next time you're thinking about giving a Christmas gift, right? We have all year long to give a gift to a person we love. We have all year long to celebrate a person if we just want to gift them with something to make them happy. So why would it take one day for you to do this? Make sense of this shit, right? So physically, Yule marks the point at which the sun begins to return to us, also known as when the day began to lengthen again. But the winter solstice is the darkest day of the year. So Yule is both a a time of reflection and celebration. It's a time of reflection and celebration. So this is what the celebrations are. Ooh, Happy New Year! They got all the hats and ooh, let's go to the party. We're gonna have our champagne. We blowing the whistles. Wee wee. All this nonsense and shit, right? All this is the Yule um, celebration. So, if someone's inviting you to a New Year's Eve party and, all these things, just keeping in mind that you're actually celebrating things that are not beneficial to you because you're like literally feeding into this, even unbeknownst to you. Even if you don't know this is what's happening. You're giving over your energy to a sacrificial time when they have these things going on. So just keep that in mind. So this festival has been on the calendar for centuries. In pagan times, and mind you, as we're talking, guys, we're talking about Christmas and New Year's. We just went over this. This is the birth and the rebirth of the sun. This, and that. All this stuff is actually mocking, as you guys saw, the Tirthankara. If you watched that video that I did earlier in the week, we talked about that and what the actual rebirth is, and this is where that concept actually comes from. I mean, it gets so deep. So the mocking of our information, taking it to transpire it into things so they can actually surplus or reap the energies or the benefits of that is really sick. But that's what they do. Let's see. The festival has been on the calendar for centuries and making Druids. I know you guys have heard of the Druids. So this particular thing is another witch casting or spelling type of thing that they have used over time with witchcraft and things of that nature. So this is why when you go to a Christmas party, right? Someone says, "Oh, if I hold this mistletoe over your head, I can kiss you." You know what I'm saying? That's like some sort of witchery. Why would you want a stranger to put their lips on you? I don't give a damn. Okay, which commonly grows on the oak trees as a blessing to symbolize life. The Yule log also date back to this time. Now, the Celts thought that the sun stood still for 12 days during the darkest time of the year, and they would light logs to keep away the evil and well and the fortune. If you think all this sounds kind of familiar, that's because with and you many pagan went into the or the Christians. We just want got to that part yet. As the outside world is our space for our inner realms to expand. This part of this, right? Listen again. World is at its darkest and the nights at their longest. You'll give space for our inner realms to expand and come forth. It is a time to bring in new visions and ideas, make resolutions for the year ahead, and dream bold dreams. This is where the resolutions come from, right? So we have one other thing I'm going to celebrate to share with you guys. Let's get to the next one. Did you want to say something about any of that, bro, real quick if I go to the next one? He might have stepped away. Okay. All right. Get this pulled up. Yes. Peace, bro. Peace, peace, peace. Changing that gave me a chance to come over, guys. You already know, not ignoring y'all, trying to get this read. I said, what's up, bro? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is good. And your baby, the new baby. I know you having a good time with her. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys, let's get to it. All right. Now, this is an iconic part of the winter solstice is, of course, the Yule Altar. This is the altar. People will set up the altars for it. They get all set and ready and get ready to do their celebration or so on and so forth. An iconic part of the winter solstice is the Yule Altar. The purpose of the altar is to honor the return of the sun. So one of the most important times is a candle that symbolizes a gold, silver, or a yellow hued candle. Fill the altar with symbols of winter, like pine cones, evergreen boughs, or fir, and cedar. The wreath, and you can add a little Yule log as a finishing touch, so on and so forth. So this is how they assemble it. They're making sure they put all this stuff together. They're gonna put the twine on it, and then they'll have this altar. So they literally, as you see, it's so popular that they had an article on it to make sure that you can find out how to build your altar. Do you guys see this? How fantastic is that, huh? So they can get their sacrifice going. That's that's kind of all I want to show y'all on that. Just to kind of see how this is really, how can I say it? It's sick to me because almost everything. Oh, I knew bro was having a problem. Everything is like a trick. A trick of the mind, a trick of what's going on, bro. A trick of the mind, a trick of having you feeding into something that is not productive. Let's say that. You're gonna feed into something that is not productive to you being in a beneficial space in your area, because what's going on while you're thinking, oh, I'm just celebrating this, or oh, I'm just doing that. What's going on is you're actually giving your energy over to these particular uh, sacrifices that these people are doing, because there are different rituals that are going on during these times. So when you should possibly be sitting and meditating, because as you heard, it's the longest time, so you can get things or accomplish things. But the best way would be to do some meditation, maybe a little fasting. We talk about fasting a lot, guys. If you guys try it, you may be able to reap some of the benefits. Therefore, taking it or carrying that, right? I know it's late night, guys. I definitely just wanted to. It's later for some of you guys than it is for me. It was already late, but I definitely wanted you guys to understand that when coming into this so-called new year, right? Thinking about all the things that we do usually, because we are so used to these different celebrations, going out, we're partying, we're making these resolutions, we're doing all these different things. There are certain things that our ancestors have done. My grandmother's, she's always, make sure that you have no dirty clothes in your house. Make sure your home is clean. Boil a pot of black eyed peas. I'm not sure why, but these are just certain things. These things have significance. She said that, but I just don't remember. I was young when she passed, but they have significance for certain things, and these things come from our ancestors and what they do. So I'm pretty sure there was some type of ritual or sacrifice that they did generally for the earth. So on and so forth. So maybe that is a part of the culture. So when it comes to it and trying to bring us in or fit us into a Yule tide culture, fitting us into a Holly culture, the battle of these things. Yes, bro, exactly. Yep. All these things come in to affect us negatively. And see, the thing that happens is, right, we're not really so aware of it all the time, but they'll take our information, they'll twist it, they'll turn it, and then it's like, oh, this stuff is so evil, it's so bad, it's so this, it's so that. Why? Because we don't understand it. We don't understand that it's been changed, it's been contorted, it's been twisted. There's so many different things that are happening in your mind to have you blinded of facts, to have you disseminated from truth, so that you're not able to, stay at your top and handle what you need to do. So what we have to do is make sure that we are sis, yes, yes, we are creating our own rituals and do what we need to do to make us feel sufficient. A meditation, possibly even finding something that you gravitate to that you may not think is something you've ever done, or, oh, I wonder, should I do this, or whatever makes you comfortable. It's up to you. We have to do these things to make sure that we are not feeding into the energy of these people, that we are not giving them the certain things that actually help to work against us, because everything that is done to work against us, a lot of times, if we know better and we have the better mind state and we have the proper discernment, we're able to use those things for our benefits, right? If you did not participate in the fast that we did of the triple nines, then you may have missed out on something. But there's always time to do that. You can always take a meditation and a fast and manifest something that you want based off of what you are concentrating on. So what we need to do is make sure that we are doing these things that are beneficial to us. Stop feeding into everything that takes us into other worlds of these people and them consistently forming a matrix, a box for us to fit into. Exactly. The tree with the gifts is considered an altar. Exactly. And the tree it has more significance to it. I'm not really familiar with what it is right now. I can't recall, but there is something about the tree, cutting the tree down, and then actually using the tree. That's a certain part of the ritual, and then the putting the gifts under there is definitely a second part of it. It's something else. There is a lot. There's a lot with that. Um, so we have to understand, guys, what's important. So this is why I believe that it's important to do the Bible dissemination. We're definitely going to be doing that. I have a guest that's going to be joining me that is very interested in it and wants to participate. So me, her, and sister Copper Ama, she'll also be joining us, and we will definitely be breaking down some of this, the lies versus the truth. If you guys have been following, the last few lives I've been doing over the past couple of weeks, this should not be shocking as far as anything that we've been talking about when it comes to this Bible and everything coincide. We know about the lies we've seen in the books, we've seen in the materials that we found out about some ancient information. All these things all kind of coincide with the same thing. So we have to make sure that we are doing everything that we need to do to disseminate lies, break down barriers in the mind, disassociate the mazes, so we're not running into walls, right? And we're getting pertinent, clear information. We are in a time of knowing, and in a time of knowing, facts are the only things that matter. So we're going to make sure that we are doing that, sticking to the truth, the matter, and so on and so forth. So right now we have to make sure we're focused. We're doing everything we need to do to stay at its best place. Yes, the whole tree is a low vibration, and it represents the pan. Thank you, sis. Yes, it represents the pan. So we have to make sure that we are doing what we need to do to keep our traditions. Like sis said earlier, we have to keep these traditions so that we're doing the right things and actually manifesting and recalling the information from our ancestors to remind us of what we should be doing, right? It's not that hard. All right, guys. I love you guys. I always want to make sure that you are on the same page as me. Hearing a lot of this. Happy winter solstice and happy New Year's and all that. I said, we really need to discuss this because I want you guys to understand how all this stuff plays in the same thing. It's the same thing as the Christmas. It all starts from December 21st to the 1st. So they do the Christmas and they do that. And as you just read, um, the information on the Holly King, that's the Santa Claus. So when you guys are doing the Christmas and doing Santa Claus and this and that, that's the Holly King. This is all part of those particular things. So basically, guys, right, that was a good question, and it was definitely on point. That's my girl; she be on it. So yes, we got hit that like y'all. Y'all know this was a short video. I don't like to go too long. This is definitely one of my shorter videos. But I'm glad I was able to get the information to you guys and I didn't even have to hold you up too long. How you like that? All right, guys. I hope you guys are safe. You have a sound rest, peaceful energy coming into this new time and age of the season. We are protected. We are a moving force and nothing to be stopped. So right now, guys, I want to make sure that you guys are doing everything you need to do to be at your best. As I'm doing. Mistakes and all. We're not all perfect, but we are definitely going to be able to do what we need to do in this lifetime to make our impacts. We're all striving to do our best. That's the best that we can do. You can only do your best. So basically, that's kind of yeah, that's kind of it, guys. I want to end it at that. Peace, love, blessings. Jason, how you doing, babe? What you doing up, Jason? Yes. Support, 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 support. That's so great. I've got a lot of support. Um, oh, about using this. I have a lot of support from you guys. I got nominated for the little awards. Not, I didn't want to say little. I'm sorry. I got nominated for the awards in the community, which means I was noted for doing something. Even if it was one, two, three votes, however many votes it was, one was enough for me to know I made an impact on somebody enough for them to think that I was special enough to be nominated. So I was so touched by that. A lot of people were upset about it. I just found it so um, discerning that we cannot just, be happy and, either way. I was happy either way. I didn't so called win, but I already know I'm a winner, so it doesn't matter. Like many of us, even some that weren't nominated, are definitely winners, Definitely, definitely. So, yeah, guys. All right, guys. All right, guys. I'm out. I'm gonna keep chatting about nothing now because I made my point. I said I was gonna get up here because y'all know I'll keep talking. I'll start thinking about how I'm feeling and thinking about this should be. Listen, we ain't gonna get into all that, y'all. It's late. But peace, love, blessings. I am out, guys. Until tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. I may come back tomorrow with something good. I'm gonna try to bring in the day itself with some pertinent information. And you guys know, make sure you're tuning in Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Main Radio Live. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Peace, love, blessings, and I am out.